handheld. Back in my day, handheld portable consoles used to be handheld portable consoles. Now, I understand. These are mini PCs. These are portable PCs. But like, still, you know, calling them handhelds, a little presumptuous. Calling the Switch and the Switch 2 handhelds, very much stretching the definition of handheld. Now, this really limits the kind of games on there, and I feel like it ain't a worthy trade-off. I'd much rather one of these plus a home console over the hybrid Nintendo Switch style. The games on here, these are handheld portable games. The games on the Switch, they're just home console games. And so I feel like we've lost something with the Nintendo Switch. Regardless of that, this is all on this guy. A bit of a tour, if you will. But first, we're gonna start off with a little bit of bitching, a little bitch fest. Let's talk about the stylus. This, my God, does it annoy just the ever living hell out of me. Look at this. It falls out on its own. There's been 4 times where I've lost my stylus because of how loose it is in there. I've lost it so many times to the point where I don't even take the stylus with me anymore because I'm more afraid of losing the stylus than I am of not being able to play any one of these kinds of games. To me, losing this ain't really worth it. Look, it says Nintendo on there. However, AliExpress has come to my rescue. This is a telescopic new Nintendo 3DS XL stylus. This is one thing that I absolutely love about the original 3DS is this. This is so cool. This is not only is it cool, it's also comfy. Like this is practical. When you're done, boom.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom!
Boom. Nothing. Same size, same everything. One huge difference though. Look at that. This does not go anywhere. This stays in my 3DS XL. I've staved off of this. No more taking this guy with me. Untrustworthy. Look at that. It comes out ever so slightly, but you gotta actually pull it out. You can really shake and it won't come out. Any upgrade you make to the new Nintendo 3DS XL, gotta be one of these. I don't know if anybody else has had issues with their stylus falling out, but mine, it's terrible. And the fact that it's oriented this way, just being on the bottom, that's annoying, but it's not that bad. I definitely prefer this towards it being like up here or on the left side or down here. Definitely prefer it on the 3DS XL where, boom, look at that. Just grab it, easy. It makes more sense for it to be on the side. This charger, why?
What were they thinking? What the hell were they thinking? What were they thinking? What were they thinking? What were they thinking? What were they thinking?
Why is this not micro USB? Their handheld consoles have gone through multiple different charging ports. The GBA had its own, the DS Lite had its own, the original DS was the Game Boy Advance's charger, the DSi had its own. The 3DS, though, thankfully, it used the same one as the DSi, and pretty much throughout the entirety of the 3DS's lifespan, they were consistent with it, so you can't be too mad about that. But man, not having micro USB sucks. Also, when this guy released, it didn't come with a charger. Nintendo was ahead of the curve. They were like, no, chargers, nah. Thing of a past, we're not putting that in our boxes anymore. So that was really annoying. However, because I think for many people this was an upgrade for them from whatever their current DS handheld was, so it makes sense. This is just stupid. Why would you put the SD card in such an inconvenient spot on the 3DS? You're telling me you have to unscrew a screw here and a screw here. Then you gotta lift this out like that. And you gotta take out the stylus so then you can get to the micro SD card. It's just so excessive. I absolutely hate that. Why would you put this here? I get it space-wise and design-wise, but like in use, it's just so annoying. But I guess you're not going to be taking it out too often unless you're modding it. As you can see on mine, I don't have the screws on mine. They broke. I think it was this one that had originally broken from me undoing it and redoing it over and over again. And this one was just like barely hanging on. And so I just like popped it out and just to make it easier, so then I can just pop it open whenever I wanted. Speaking of broken things, yeah, the paint's starting to fade on mine. I only just realized that this was happening to other people's 3DSs too, which is so lame. They're such pretty looking handhelds. You should definitely use a case because they will wear down. You know, it's pretty comfortable for the most part. The only real thing that I will say is that around here, around this area where your palm is, that's like the only part where I'm like, yeah, this is not super comfortable. Like reaching down for this, that's kind of annoying. But outside of that, this is a pretty alright feeling handheld. Compared to a Switch, this thing is fucking microscopic. It is literally within the bezels of the Switch. That is how much smaller it is. But compared to another handheld of its time, the Vita, they're about the same size, but the Vita just feels a little bit thinner and a little more pocketable. But it is nice, the clamshell design, because then nothing's gonna be pressed.
Straight guys get so bloody pressed when a gay guy hits on them.
Or turned on while it's in the bag or a pocket or something, and your screen's protected. Compared to the older stuff, it's pretty large. This is very portable. This is super portable. Almost the same thickness as a DS, but pretty much cut right in half. That's pretty good for portability. And then that flip up clamshell design, don't gotta worry about the buttons being pressed, and your screens are safe. Now going even older, this may not be a fair comparison. But yeah, pretty big, but still good enough as a handheld, especially compared to a Switch. Now that we're done bitching, let's take a look at what I actually have on here. So I normally don't carry physical games with me. I don't want to lose them or anything like that, especially with some games where those prices just keep going higher and higher. For me, I'm all digital. Now currently I'm playing through Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. This is an upgraded port of the original Devil Survivor for the DS, and I really like this game. It's pretty fun so far. Really cool soundtrack. I've only ever played a couple of SMT games, a lot of Persona ones, but I've also played a bunch of other Shin Megami Tensei games. Now another game I'm playing through currently is Ocarina of Time 3D. I love Zelda. I always replay these. I really like this one a lot. My god, this looks so much better than the N64 one. It actually just roots itself into your brain and you forget what the original game looks like. You'll play this one and then you'll go back to the N64 one and you'll be like, Jesus Christ, this looks terrible. It's always good to replay it. Now outside of those two, I've also been playing Fire Emblem Awakening, and yeah, it's okay. I like it. I definitely am more of a fan of Radiant Dawn and the DS/Game Boy Advance ones, but this one's alright. I like it so far, but I'm a bigger fan of Echoes and Fire Emblem Fates. Now some of my favorites from the system have to be Kirby Triple Deluxe and Kirby Planet Robobot. These are so much fun. I loved these when they first came out. They're pretty easy, and I even remember when they first came out, I was like, I gotta make this game last. Because back then, it wasn't just, I'm just gonna get a game all willy-nilly or whatever. I was like, I had to make a smart decision. I made it last me, I think almost like 2 months, and I was like, I can only play 30 minutes, maybe an hour a day. If I play any more than that, I'll finish the game in like a day. Another one of my favorites is Super Mario 3D Land. Personally, I am not a Mario person.
Time to take a piss.
I do not find any real enjoyment in playing any of the Super Mario games. They are not for me. But there's something about this one that I love. And it is also, it's like the only 3DS game where turn that slider up. It actually is really fun playing this game in 3D. Mario Kart 7. One of my favorites from when I originally got my 3DS. Obviously now, I'd rather play a different Mario game, but for its time, it was really fun, and it obviously still holds up. It's just like deluxe is basically the same thing, but better and cooler and newer. I'll say it. I will die on this hill. I love Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. These are such fun, cool games. These were the two first games that I got on the 3DS, and I loved playing them. I've played them so much. These are such good games. I know there's so many issues, but God, these are such fun games, and I like coming back to these. I think probably like the second most, right behind Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Same story with Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. I love these games. These are classics. These are so good to me. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. This one's just cool. Handheld Super Smash Bros. That's crazy. This is so much fun. This is just a cool novelty factor. Again, it's kind of like Mario Kart 7 where it's like, I'm not going to be playing this now. But when it came out, this was awesome. I didn't even have Smash Bros. For Wii U. I was satiated with Smash Bros. For 3DS. Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life is a pretty cool game for like a month, and then you're like, okay, well, I got everything I wanted out of this. There's really nothing much deeper to this game. Everybody was like, I want a new Tomodachi Life. I want a Tomodachi Life, you know? All right, I get it. You like the game. Do we need a new one? I understand wanting a remaster or like a port of it. A port would be great. We don't need a second one. It's fun for a little bit, but nothing really more. Oh boy, my favorite, A Link Between Worlds. What? Oh man, what can't I say about this game? I love this game. This is, I think, my favorite or my second favorite Zelda game. It is, man, it is perfect. I love this game so much. There's nothing like it. The wall mechanic is so cool. This is a Zelda game. Anytime, I've never played Zelda. What should I play? Link Between Worlds. Oh, I haven't played Zelda in a while. What should I play? Link Between Worlds. Do you think A Link Between Worlds is good? Do I? I love A Link Between Worlds. Such a great game. Might even be my favorite game on the 3DS.
I can't believe it, in my own house!
The Angry Video Game Nerd game? Oh my god. What a shitload of fuck. I don't really like this game that much. I'm not a big fan of platformers, but yeah, it's cool because it's the nerd, you know, but not really for me. I haven't played too much of it. Now, some games I'd like to play are Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. I've only played like a tiny bit of it, but I would actually like to give it a full run through because I do like Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii. You don't gotta shake it around to do things, so that I imagine makes the game a lot nicer. I've never played Pushmo, never played Stretchmo, never played Crashmo either. They look interesting. I remember when these came out and they looked really cool on the eShop, but I never really took the step to play them. And now in retrospect, I've seen some gameplay of it, and it looks like a fun game. This is what handhelds are made for. Games like Stretchmo and Crashmo, something you pick up and you play. Speaking of pick up and play, Box Boy. I love Box Boy. These are fire. If you get a 3DS, you gotta play them all. They're so good. Again, what handhelds are made for. After Devil Survivor, Soul Hackers is next. I'm really interested. It looks pretty cool, so I'm gonna give that a try, hopefully, once I finish that. Project X Zone seemed cool, but I started playing it for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is not for me. This does not look like my kind of game, but I want to give it another shot because Project X Zone 2, even more crossover characters. So that's like the big draw for me, at least. This is so tough. So yeah, that was my 3DS. That was a bit of a tour through the games that I have on there. Some of my favorites, some of the ones I want to play, you know, the classics on here. This is such a great handheld. One of the best they ever made. I totally prefer something like this over a Switch where it's just like, they're worse console games. Like, it's cool you can take them on the go with you, but a lot of the times I don't want to take those games on the go with me. Those are sit down and play kind of games. Not really, I just take this out, whip it out and play whenever I feel like it. That ain't, first of all, I'm not going anywhere, so don't really need it to be portable, but more importantly, I don't want to play them portably. It's maybe cool on like a road trip or something like that, or like a vacation, but I'm not fucking 6 years old anymore. I'm not going on no vacations, and I'm not playing on my game console on the go, you know? So at least for me, there's no real appeal for the Switch. I played it a lot in high school, not anymore. And even then, when I did, I stopped playing it in like my junior year of high school. I was like, yeah, that's for more at-home play. Especially the games that I like on the Switch, those are like, I want to sit down and play those on my couch. I don't want to like take it on the go with me anywhere. Because like story-driven games, those take time and require your attention, not really something to pick up and play. That's what this guy was so good at, was pick up and play games, and it made even the more story-focused games, it made those pick up and play it. So there's no real space in the Switch for my life, you know? It's not very pretty looking, those games on there, and which really sucks because a lot of the games on there are really cool, but they're really held back by being in a handheld form factor. So yeah, I love the 3DS. That's all. Thanks for watching.